This week on Swamprat Outdoors, the ice starts to melt and the boys decide it's time to head out to the Wisconsin River for some walleye fishing. They say that in order to be successful in life, you must move on to bigger and better places. You'll never make it in the small town, they said. Well, I'll tell you something, they said wrong. I don't know if it's the small town spirit or the characteristics of those that raised us in it, but we have always had a special drive and passion to find success in the great outdoors. No, you won't be seeing a group of professional sportsmen pulled together from across the state or even nation on today's show. What you will see is the special bond of a group of kids that have been in the outdoors together since the earliest days of grade school, and now today are chasing their dream of bringing all their experiences to your TV screen, and most importantly, giving back to the town that they love. We are from Rudolph. We are a family. We are Swamprat Outdoors.
Just hooked into a double here. Whoa! Wow, look at that fish right there, folks.
Oh, that's a nice bass. That's the second big walleye of the day.
Got him. Nope, lost him. Woohoo! Did you folks see that right there?
Alright guys, welcome to Swamprat Outdoors. Me and Arzila just been doing a little fishing here underneath the bridge for some carp. Hasn't been going the greatest, so we're just kind of taking a walk here. But yeah, this season has a lot to offer. I mean, I don't really know. We'll be back after the break.
So on season 1 of Swamprat Outdoors, the ice fishing was phenomenal.
Yeah! Whoa! Look at this fish! Look at
A good motivation was Stewie's muskie. That thing was a pig.
That pride can only last for a little while though because it gets shut down.
by warm weather.
And water starts to come through the ice, but we were still trying to ice fish, and we actually had a few drownings.
Ginger was getting close to the open water.
He actually broke through the ice, which was really dangerous. Now, we've been spending our whole lives ice fishing.
And that's pretty much all we do.
When that warm weather comes, Swamprats are shut down and put in hibernation mode for 9 months.
And that's only 3 months out of the year. But those other 9 months, we spend preparing, getting ready, planning, just setting up the trip, ready for that first opening day of ice fishing when that ice first hits the waters.
So after ice fishing came to an end, most years we'd usually do nothing. But not this year.
But for this year, we didn't just prepare those other 9 months.
We actually discovered this new thing that they call open water fishing.
Which was a completely new experience for all of us.
We see people driving around in boats and maneuvering around icebergs, and they're catching fish.
I actually saw these things called boats. They have motors on them. They're like bathtubs with motors.
Motorized bathtub.
You actually ride around in the water and you fish in the open water, which is a completely new thing. We've never heard of it or seen of it before.
You know, we want to try that. It's just incredible.
So we thought we'd give it a try.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we didn't have a boat, so we sent Rabbit out boat hunting one day, and he actually came across one at his dad's farm.
And he found a boat laying there, which he never even realized he had.
Pulled off this hood and it was a boat.
Yeah, we got a pretty nice boat, but it definitely needed some work.
Skis, being the mechanic he is, he knew how to fix that thing up.
Get you to stay in the zone, auto zone.
What's up, Stu, baby? We're just in town. We stopped at the marina. We got a beautiful looking part now, gas line for the boat.
So me and Skis, we headed in town one day, got a brand new gas line, and we fixed her up good.
And we take our boater safety exam online.
Got the course passed. I think I got 99%.
We had to go through every single page of the book because Rabbit's a little bit picky on learning every single thing possible, which is definitely not a bad thing. I actually learned quite a bit, and we want to make sure we follow every single law there is out there in Swamprat Outdoors.
Signed the papers off, printed them out. We had our boating license. Well, folks, there you go. Official. Let's hit them waters.
We just went out there adventuring, and we happened to come across a boat landing, and we didn't know how to land our boat.
And things started getting chaotic.
We were new to landing and taking off the boat.
Rabbit attempted, and he fell off, and just things weren't going right.
Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, water started filling in the bottom of the boat, and I thought to myself, this can't be right.
Rabbit forgot to put the boat plug into the boat.
We forgot to put the plug in the boat. The boat started filling with water at the boat landing.
And he forgot to put it in, and the boat started sinking. And
so the boat keeps filling with water, and we make Arzila take the water out of the boat for us.
So he starts scooping out all the water, not having a fun time at all.
Just ride with it in here like this the whole day or what?
What you can do is you can unplug it. If you drive around, it should come out.
No.
He thinks he's smart and stuff. He doesn't even deserve to talk. He's so stupid.
No, I'm serious. If you start it up,
Yeah.
unplug it and drive around really
I don't
fast,
trust
it will
that.
come out.
Now I know this is true because I saw it on the Discovery Channel. There is a vacuum theory where you drive and water goes through the hole out of the boat like magic, and it's amazing.
all right, people think they can use our landing here. It's probably one of the best landings in Rapids, and this kid just thinks he can come in here and take his sea nymph and put it in here. But we have the Tuffy, and we're gonna get stuff done today.
Before you know it, it was just a boat landing, a simple, peaceful boat landing into a hardcore pursuit race down the river, and things just got wicked.
We asked them where they were fishing. They just said downriver. They wouldn't even tell us a spot. So we just decided to follow them, and then it heated up into a race. They're after us! They're after us! We started going, and the boat just started stopping for no reason. The engine just started giving out.
It stops.
But all of a sudden we'd go again and we'd stop, and then that other couple, they started gaining on us.
icebergs.
I'm not talking small icebergs, I'm talking big icebergs.
There's cars flying over the top. These people pass us and we're panicking. We're not gonna get a good fishing spot.
This is what we blow right by him.
Suddenly we're coming around the bend and they're right in front of us and there's geese flying all over the place.
Flying right over us, they were trying to take us out. But, you know, we kept on and kept in pursuit. So we finally, about a mile down the river, we come up to these bridges, and I'm talking big bridges, and there's cars, people everywhere, and you know, we're from Rudolph, we don't have that around there, and we didn't even know where we were.
We were like millimeters away from crashing into this boat, and I didn't want to fix up another boat. I didn't want to die.
Seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen.
We got out there, and all of a sudden, right as we're about to crash into them, they just disappeared. Took a deep breath, and things settled down at that point. We came to this location where there were little things to tie up to, and we just found the nearest place and set our poles in the water and started fishing.
Hey there folks, Arzila here, and what we're doing today is we're just trying to get out of the current a little bit.
So what we did is pretty much what we do with ice fishing. Just take some line out of our pole with some bait on it, set it right over the side, and started jigging.
Doesn't know how to fish. Use more minnows. Oh, skis, you got one. You got one going. Set him. There we go.
Mud puppy again, I swear to God.
That's a little bit bigger than a mud puppy. Oh, it came out.
I'll tell you folks, sometimes you just get that one and she gets away, but you can't let that get you down. I mean, you know, there's plenty of fish here in this vast body of water, so let the plethora come towards you and you'll get the right one when it comes.
Now this first day of open water fishing in a boat is a lot like ice fishing. We started catching on and seeing techniques that we use during ice fishing to catch these walleyes. We were doing pretty good. We caught a couple, and then Rabid catches this nice muskie on our first day out, which was a good motivator.
Oh my God.
Nice! Got a boy! Just really fun, and got him back in the water safely, fortunately, and he swam off. But then we started catching more walleye again, just hooking in them left and right. Me, Skis, and Arzila just having a good time. So we're finding out that this open water fishing that we discovered is not much different from ice fishing, catching the same type of fish in pretty much the same type of manner, really liking it. And another thing that even brought a flashback of ice fishing was a mud puppy.
There's a mud puppy! I caught a mud puppy. Caught a mud puppy. Would you look at that?
A mud puppy, one of the most majestical creatures to come out of the Wisconsin River.
We are very familiar with these so-called mud puppies.
So we, just let them back in the water safely, wouldn't harm them or anything, but unfortunately, they weren't going in the water, but finding their ways into the mouth of Skis. Skis are just sitting there, nibbling on their heads. Disgusting.
We tried saving him, but it's Skis. He eats anything in sight.
So on day 2, Rabid, Arzila, and I all go out walleye fishing. We're not catching a lot of fish, but they're getting bigger in size as we go. Oh, nice fish, nice fish.
Alright folks, just hooked into a little one right here. Now second day out, we started getting an idea of what kind of baits were working and what wasn't. I got a floating jig rig out right now, and I'm just using this jig head right here.
Alright guys, we got a decent sized walleye on right here.
We didn't catch as many fish as we did on the first day, but the size in these walleyes started increasing.
There we go. A little bit nicer fish today. Oh, that's a nicer fish, Stewie. There we go. A little bit bigger. Woo! Oh!
Came off.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's a nice fish right there. Probably about the same size our Zila just caught. It seems like they're just sitting on the bottom. You just let it sit there and they slam it. Keep going, see what we get.
Probably shouldn't have grabbed the line. And the fish gradually started getting bigger. There we go. Ooh, this is a nicer fish right here. There we go. Oh yeah. Diesel. Oh! Ah, I had it. Dude, we're gonna have to start netting them right there. That was a nice one.
It was no longer these little, 10 inchers. They were starting to get up in almost, keeper size.
We're getting more size today. Not as many in number, but they're getting fatter. And
So now the first day, most of those fish were males. It seems that we're going out in the pre-spawn yet. So the later we go out in the season, the bigger these fish are going to be, because those females are going to start moving in, and the females are generally bigger than those males.
Just feel them on the. Oh, Stu's just missed one. Oh, I saw that rod bend on that.
So, another decent day. We're starting to really like this open water fishing and having fun with the spring walleye.
So day 3, Rabbit, Arzila, and I once again head out. It's a very cool morning, but I just have a feeling that it's going to be a great day.
So we'll wake up bright and early and get out to our spot, and there's nobody else out there, and it's just a beautiful morning, cloudy, cool.
And it wasn't even 10 seconds after Arzila set his pole in the water. Boom, walleye.
All right, guys, I got one right now. Got him. Woohoo!
Nice.
First cast. Ooh, there we go. There's a nice one.
Nice one. First fish of the day.
Slamming walleyes, left and right. I caught 4 in the first 5 minutes, and the size of these fish were getting bigger, and we were catching more females and bigger fish, and it was just getting awesome. Get them back in the water. Oh, I got another one going right here. Got another one going right here. Ready? Oh, I missed him. Missed him. This action's already getting really good. So I'll stay with us. This should be a fun day.
All of a sudden, I'm sitting down on the boat, not really paying attention. The Stewie says, "Rabbit, get your pole, get your pole." I go into it, set it up, and I thought I had a snag at first. I thought it was into a rock.
Oh, get the net, get the net.
And pretty soon, day starts heating up, and all of a sudden, boom, Rabbit slams a monster walleye.
Bring him. Yeah.
boy, we got a nice walleye. That's a good way to start off the morning.
Rabbit catches the biggest walleye of his life. A very decent walleye.
It wasn't even what, 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, and Arzila hooked into 4 walleye, and I hooked into this really nice one.
For Rabbit, that's unheard of. He never catches fish.
That's a great fish. Only more to come. I'm sure we're gonna hook in some even bigger ones.
The fishing action was just non-stop all day.
Fish left and right, left and right.
Music. Digital FaceTime. Technology. Digital FaceTime. Music. Digital FaceTime. Technology.
Folks, got my third fish on of the day here.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
decent
That's a good one.
Good walleye.
Oh, got it!
Yeah! I got it. I got it.
Nice grab.
Got that with the net. Ooh, this is a nice one.
Nice grab by Arzila.
Music. Digital FaceTime. Technology. Digital FaceTime. Music. Digital FaceTime. Technology.
Before you know it, Rabbit, he hooks into another monster walleye, and he's just having a really good day.
Boom! Another big fish.
Big walleye of the day. Oh boy, we had a little camera trouble there, but we still got him. Oh, the hook came out too.
Came out. This one again in a 23 inch range. He once again did a great job landing that fish, catching it. We got it all on footage for you.
This was a carp muskies. Something's coming up, and I just hooked into him, and he kept pulling it down. I knew that it was going to be a really nice sized walleye. We're going to revive him a bit. We want these fish going back to their home healthy. He looks good. We'll let him go. So there you go. Just some nice, really big Wisconsin River walleye. Having a blast. Hopefully Stewie can actually start catching a fish.
Our Zelo hooks into this massive fish, and the drag, it was just burning.
Well, I had something huge on my line. Oh my God, I got a nice fish on.
This might be a muskie right here, folks. I mean, this fish was just making his line scream. I thought he was gonna spool out of line for a second there.
Drag's just a squealing.
My drag is just squealing right now. Oh, came out. What?
He was fighting this fish the very best he could, and all of a sudden it just came loose. I don't know what happened, but sometimes these things just happen when you fish.
Oh boys, this one's taking out drag. We got two really nice ones earlier, and this one's definitely gonna beat both.
Pretty soon, when I thought my day couldn't get any better, I'm reeling in, and boom, just hits it like crazy. I thought it was another rock.
Now, Rabbit was having the day of his life when it came to fishing. He is just a master walleye fisherman. I don't know if he's lucky or if he's actually that good.
I'm not sure if this is a walleye or maybe a muskie. Oh, here we go. We're getting them closer. Get ready on that, Stews. Oh, there we go. We got a nice muskie here, boys.
Turns out to be a monster muskie, bigger than the last one I caught.
But he actually caught into a muskie. It was pretty nice, good little fight for him. Now, it's too early to keep these muskies, so we definitely let it go.
Once again, got it put back in the water safely, good safe release, and we started casting for the walleye again.
After the first couple days, we were really having fun with this, and we were planning more adventures to go out and go catch some more walleyes.
Digital FaceTime. Digital FaceTime.
So after a few very, very successful days of walleye fishing out in the open water, our Zila just decides to pack up and leave.
So Arzila left Rabbit and myself for a whole week. He's going to spring break in Florida while Rabbit and I are in the best part of the walleye run.
So anyways, me and Stewie said, oh, we're not going to let this slow us down, even though we don't really contain the skill set that our Zila has and helps us out with. We're still going to head on out and try see what we can do. We tried a different location. It's kind of a similar setup to what we were fishing before.
But we didn't have the best of luck when Arzila was gone for some reason.
But we headed out there, thought we'd catch tons of walleye. Ended up not catching more than a few snags, and Stewie did catch a decent catfish.
Catfish! The only thing I caught, I think, was a catfish, but it was a nice catfish.
But that day didn't turn out so well.
But Rabbit, he's got this really big emphasis on B-roll footage.
I really like to get what you call B-roll footage, which is just random shots in nature here and there to mix in well with the footage.
So on our way back, we see some geese, and Rabbit's all, oh, you gotta film, it'll be great footage, great footage.
You get that camera on and B-roll footage, film the birds, film the birds.
So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll film them. But I just had this weird feeling because I was not paying attention where we were going. I think Rabbit was watching these geese as well.
It turns out we were coming on this very narrow part of the river where the rocks just started sticking up and out of the water.
What did we hit?
A rock. But all of a sudden, boom! We stopped. The motor kills. The boat went flying in the air. I thought I was gonna die. We hit a rock.
And right into it.
Well, folks, this is where Stewie and Rabbit died tonight. Worst day of my life. I thought I was gonna die. Rabbit destroyed the boat motor by hitting a rock. We had to paddle back with our hands back to the boat landing. It was crazy.
Right after a great couple days of walleye fishing, it just goes downhill, and we have no clue what to do.
So after this tragic event of me almost dying, Rabbit trying to kill us, obviously, we made a rule. No more filming birds. They are obviously bad luck. Every time we film a bird, something terrible happens.
Well, I didn't really abide by that rule very good.
Now after destroying the boat on that rock, you would think Rabbit would have learned his lesson. No more filming ducks. No more filming birds whatsoever.
These ducks just flying out of nowhere. They like almost ambushed us. I'm like, get the camera on that bird. Get the camera on the bird. And what do you know? Probably the most horrifying event of my life. Stewie's too.
And all of a sudden, these male ducks are beating the crap out of the female duck. I thought the female duck was gonna die. It was the scariest thing I've seen in my life. It was worse than hitting that rock.
So I'm sitting here filming these ducks thinking, oh, great B-roll footage again, right? No, not right.
I was scared for the duck's life. I thought all these ducks were gonna gang up on us. They were vicious, crazy animals.
And it was just like trying to drown it or something. I'm not quite sure, but it didn't look very fun to be that one duck.
Never ever get in the way of male ducks. They will destroy you.
Stewie was almost crying. He didn't know what was going on. I was kind of panicked.
Just being vicious, unrelenting animals. And I am just so glad I was not that female duck that day.
Probably the most horrifying thing I've ever seen birds do. From then on, it was no more filming birds.
You know, that's win.
You know,
We all saw my fish was.
we just had ourselves a doubles challenge there, which I always win at.
That's what happens when you
I
cheat.
land on my fish.
I'm gonna snap a pole in half next time.
As you can see, Stu has a past history of not landing his fish.
Stu gets angry when people are dumb like that. What does this mean? What does this mean?
Go catch a fish.
So I get back from spring break, and Rabbit and Stewie, they broke the boat.
Now that the prop is busted on Rabbit's boat, our Zealand and I decide while Rabbit fixes it, we're gonna go and do some land fishing.
I decided, me and Stewie, we ought to go do something. So we just decided go off the river and try doing some land fishing. And the first day, it was good.
And we had a great day. We were catching them one after another. Not as great as being in the boat, but it was still a great day. We were hitting the fish, we were getting on them, catching a lot of them. Then pretty soon I hook into a fish and it spits the hook out as I'm trying to bring it up on land.
You got away from me.
And what do you know, we run into more problems.
You guys saw the fish? I just got wet. Oh well.
Pretty soon my lure is wrapped around this clothesline out by the river.
Landing here.
The hook comes flying out and wraps around this clothesline or cable, I don't even know what it was. And it was just chaos, just trying to get that thing out of the tree.
This is where Stewie started his very bad habit and curse of losing fish.
Go. A little bit bigger. Woo! Oh! Oh! Another nice little walleye, folks. Got off, but that's all right.
But as if that's not bad enough, Rabbit decides he needs to start fighting my fish for me or something.
Double.
You got a double here.
Going on here. Oh, I think mine's bigger. No, no, no!
I win.
Mine's bigger. Mine is bigger. Get out of here. Get out.
Oh, no! Yeah, I win!
Just to make Stewie even more angry, Rabbit started knocking his fish off his line, and
Mine was bigger. He didn't land it. I landed mine.
You know, folks, no one likes a cheater.
You know,
Rabbit's
folks, no one
a
likes
big
a
guy.
sore loser.
Very unsportsmanlike. Little fish. I did not.
And he'd get one close and I'd just go knock it off into the water.
That was really cool. We messed it up. angry right now. I'm angry. I should have threw you in the water after my catch.
Like, I'm bringing the fish into the boat, and pretty soon he's grabbing my pole, and he's making the fish fall off for me. He does not want me to land one fish. That's how greedy he is. He is a terrible person. I hate him.
So Stewie, he's not a walleye fisherman. He can't catch a fish to save his life.
Now, Rabbit, it just made me crazy. I'm not used to spending this much time with him in a small space like a boat.
Okay.
And he's just having the time of his life, catching all these monster fish. I'm working my butt off trying to catch anything, even little fish.
Me and Stewie, when we were on spring break, it just got worse and worse. I'd be catching 20 fish a day and he'd be catching 1 or 2.
Spring break here, and Arzila's been gone the whole spring break. So me and Stewie have been back up here in Wisconsin just trying out different spots. It seems to be that I always outfish Stewie by a lot, and it's just great. I'm loving it. So I'll talk to you later.
All right, folks.
Fish on, fish on.
No, I don't. Stop talking. God. Well, folks, this is Stewie here. Seems like Rabbit's talking about crap. I actually do catch a lot of fish. He decides, oh, it's not good enough to film, not good enough to film. I'm constantly filming him. He doesn't like it. He likes to pretend that he catches more fish than me and stuff, but you know, it's just not true. I catch all the fish. He just likes to pretend. He's using my poles, my setup. I've done all the work. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't even know it. Yeah, and he's using my minnows. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't even know how to fish for walleye. You have something on your nose.
Ooh, you're getting a bite. You're getting a bite.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're getting a bite. Oh!
Rabbit's not gonna live for this trip, folks.
Still just having a blast. Stewie's still skunked, so.
Stu's is getting angry. I'm a lucky rod holder right there. Every time his rod touches that thing, he catches fish.
I never put it in there.
Bull.
It was in my hands.
It was in the
You got a
rod
bite
holder.
going.
I don't have a bite going. Stop saying that.
We even had kamikaze pigeons diving from the heavens at Stu's. I mean, nobody even liked him. Like, it was just bad.
So even at moments when most fishermen would usually be excited, rejoicing over how great it is, I'm bringing up a fish, and yet Stewie is still just raging with temper and yelling at me, even though it's a proud moment for us. We're catching these big fish.
I gotta move the fish this way.
I got him. Oh my God.
God, you do not know how to work
That's the second big walleye of the day.
Now, I was excited for those guys catching fish, but then all of a sudden Rabbit, our worst fisherman, started out fishing me. I mean, he's catching these monsters. I'm a better fisherman than him. I've proven it in the past. I can catch more fish and bigger fish than him. But he's pulling in monsters, and I was so frustrated, I just needed to yell. I know it seems like a really mean thing to do, but I couldn't help it. I was just flustered.
So the boat finally gets fixed. I decided I'll call Ginger up and we'll go head out. And we do that, and we try to end off the season with some good walleyes. And Ginger, he just has an astonishing time. He catches a monster muskie.
Fish stay on. Don't get out. Don't get out.
Ginger also hooked into a really nice muskie. It was just a great season for us walleye fishing. I hope we can keep it up throughout the rest of the year.
Nice catch and release. That was pretty fun. We're gonna go try to get some walleyes here.
But I know Ginger just hooked into a massive walleye. It was beautiful.
Arzila and Ginger hit up the water, and Ginger, this is his first day open water fishing ever. Our first days didn't go very well. And this dude has the day of his life.
Big walleye. Oh God!
Oh my God, folks. That's awesome right there. Thank you.
And just a pig of a walleye. I think that thing was about 7-8 pounds. It was just huge.
And Arzila had a great day himself. I think they caught into some big 12, 13, maybe 14-inch crappie. Smallmouth bass were coming up in there, and things were looking good for the end of the season.
It was just getting good.
We'll see you next time on Swamprat Outdoors.
Here we go!
We decided to go out one last time and end out the year good.
Just gonna throw our poles in the water right here off the edge, do some vertical jigging. Just the very tail end of the season on walleye today. Hoping to haul on a few big ones. Before you know it's gonna be smallie season, so try and finish with walleye strong.
This last day was a really good day. I caught a really nice catfish.
Here we go, folks. Got a nice fish on. Almost took my pole in the water. I wasn't paying attention. Luckily, Rabbit and Stewie were here. Nice fish, just pulling hard. Oh, big catfish, big catfish. Hold on, grab that net, Stews. Here we go, folks. Nice little catfish. I mean, they put up a really good fight. You don't know what they are until you bring them up, but get them back in the water.
All right, guys, just hooked into a really nice fish. He's keeping me down. I'm gonna have a hard time. It's a lighter pole, but ooh, he's fighting good. Oh boy, it's a nice one. It's a nice. Ooh, what is this?
Nice walleye.
Nice walleye. Nice, yeah, that's a nice walleye right there, boys. All right, guys, we got a nice mid-20s walleye right here. Not even what, we've been out here 10 minutes and I hooked into this one.
Well, the weather was pretty cold actually, and we didn't think it was gonna produce any, but you know, we kept with it and we started catching fish after fish, and it was looking out to be a really good day.
Hey, dude, you got one, you got one, you got one.
Nice. All right, we hooked into a pretty nice fish right here. He's staying down. Might need a net on that, Stews. Decent walleye. I think I can handle this one. There we go, quick release. Oh, I was just filming some B-roll footage of our Zealand. He saw it, pull go off, and that's just about how they're biting today. You can't even keep up with them. So I'll get a minnow back on and talk to you in about a minute.
Rabbit, he hooks into another really big fish.
And I had something massive on. Wraps me all the way around the boat.
Oh guys, this one's taking me all the way around the boat. Get that net ready.
My rod tip's just about to snap in half. Stewie, once again, because he's not catching any fish, is ready with the net.
That's a nice fish right there.
He's running with it, boys. He's running.
Let him take out drags. Alright, when stop doing it, start doing it. That was a nice fish, folks. Probably a muskie. I'd say muskie, maybe. Maybe a carp too. Didn't fly with it, but.
Oh, he's running so fast with it, though. He took it all the way around the boat. I think that was a muskie, folks.
Thing was ripping out drag like no other, but we thought we were gonna get this one for sure. He was bringing it in, working it perfectly. all of a sudden it just came loose.
Folks, I got a big fish on. Pole almost nearly went into the water. Oh, it's a big carp, big carp. Woo! Folks, this is a pig of a carp right here. Just a giant fish. Here we go folks, a nice fish on. Gonna need the net for this one. Oh yeah, dandy fish, dandy fish. Had my heart just pounding. It was just, adrenaline was just going and I just was reeling them in. Have Stews get ready with the net, bring them up kind of easy. Oh, a big walleye right here, folks. Holy crap. Get him in that net. Woohoo!
Nice
oh,
fish.
Yeah.
Nice fish.
Nice walleye. Oh my God. Oh. I'm gonna get down to the boat so he doesn't flop out. And everybody was so happy for me in the boat, and it was a little bit bigger than rabbits, but it was just a really good fight. Just taking out drag. It was just got my heart pumping. Nice walleye, nice walleye. That's what we came here for. A nice female, nice big belly. My legs are just shaking, if you can see. Catch and release.
Personally, I'm really excited that we discovered open water fishing. It opened up many doors for me and I feel that we'll be very successful in our future. Now, we started off really shaky. We had a lot of problems.
Rabbit forgot to put the boat plug into the boat.
But we worked through them, and by the end of our walleye season, we started doing everything right. We were wearing our life jackets.
Alright folks, Stewie here. The water was really rough, so we decided to put on the life vest just in case.
We didn't have any boat problems. We were making perfect boat landings, taking the boat off and landing it back on land.
Well guys, it's a successful boat landing. The last key thing and a good day of fishing. We did it all, we got our fish we wanted. No safety problems, no other problems. Good day.
And everything just seemed to work out. It's amazing what a whole month can do to a group of people.
But when you got the moments like that where everything just goes right, it really restores pride in oneself, what you did for us. And that's just the beauty of the outdoors. That's just the beauty of fishing. And that's why we'll keep doing it.